Good morning, everybody. This is a 1990 SSRFL NFC Championship game between the Los Angeles Rams and the New York Giants. The Rams are the home team today. They won their division. The Giants actually made the playoffs as a wild card and have won each game in advance to the NFC Championship. The Cowboys were the division winners in the NFC in this Strat-O-Matic Retro Replay League, and it is the Rams are coached by Zeb Strong, and the Giants are coached by Scott Kaplan. Both of these guys are fans of the teams they're coaching. So you got a Rams fan coaching the Rams and a Giants fan coaching the Giants. There's a fly to Henry Ellard, and it turns into a dump off for 9 yards as Jim Everett gets flushed from the pocket. Pete Holohan brings in the reception. So joining this game late, it's 7-0 Giants. Let's look at the ball possession real quick. The Giants got the ball first. They went 9 plays. Oh, no, I'm sorry. The Rams had the ball first. They went 14 plays, 60 yards, and missed a field goal. Then the Giants got the ball, drove 75 yards, and got a touchdown. Ever since then, it's been a couple first downs and a punt for the Giants. And while the Rams had one more good drive, 10 for 82, and missed another field goal. So 2 missed field goals today have put them behind the 8 ball. But they only trail 7-0 as we reach the 2-minute warning from that curl to Henry Ellard. So we got a half of Strat-O-Matic football left to see who will advance to the Super Bowl and face the Buffalo Bills, coached by Kurt Klein. So some good Sunday morning Strat football. The Rams have been using a lot of draw plays. The Giants have a really good run defense, lots of fumbles. And when guys are in the zone, they get stuffed. But he's been running the draw since Scott's been mostly just calling pass. Second and 5. 3-4 defense for the Giants, of course, anchored by Lawrence Taylor on the outside. Off tackle draw right to Cleveland Gary. Another draw. This time it doesn't help as the nose tackle makes the play. That's Eric Howard. So it'll be 3rd and 5. Take a quick look at Everett's card. Pretty good, especially when you get a run call, but that's what Scott's been avoiding. And really good deep. Long gain on 7. Of course, you got some high pick chances when he does go deep and short. It looks like he's been keeping it flat. We do play with the white die 6 rule, and the dump offs are on, all the modern rules. So 3rd and 5. Bombed Aaron Cox, looking for that 7 on Everett's card. But it's a dump off, incomplete, and he'll have to punt. So the Giants defense is strong, just like they were in the real NFL this year. Let me send this out. In case anybody wants to watch. And it's a Coffin Corner punt, but only 27 yards, reduced to 20. So let me send this out to the league. And Mark Barrow. Rams bringing some pressure on the outside. It's completed for 12 yards. That's Phil Simms. This was the year that Jeff Hostetler took over for an injured Phil Simms. We don't have those types of injuries in our league. I don't think we play with injuries at all. I should know this. No, let's see. Player injuries. Yeah, no injuries. So no worries on that end. Slant to Mark Navarro. I think at one point we used to play with injuries, but we decided against it. Strat doesn't really card the backups very well. Maybe the backup skill position players they do, but not the other spots. That's incomplete as it hit a split on the D card. So we're coming up towards halftime. Giants haven't used any of their timeouts yet, but they're probably not going to have much opportunity. They're on their own 39, and there's only 22 seconds left. Flare left to Maurice Carson. There's nobody there. That'll be guessed wrong on the receiver card for 12 yards, and he gets out of bounds. 15 seconds to go. 2 more completions like that, and he'll be in field goal range. That'll be a killer for the Rams to miss 2 short field goals and the Giants to get a nice long one before the end of the half and be down by 2 scores. Curl to Mark Ingram. Again, pressure coming from the Rams. Hits a blank on Simscar. 8 seconds to go. Let's take a look at their kicker. He's not going to. Doesn't have much in the way of a long field goal. In this era, it was very unusual to get anything after 33 yards, from the 33-yard line on. He's only 2 through 7 from 23 to 32, so maybe he'll just take a shot here. If he goes for another flat, maybe he'll hit a 20 or something like that, plus 23. Squaring to Stephen Baker, and that's what he's doing. Nobody's there. He wants it on the D card on the edge. But instead it's on Sims card, incomplete. One last chance for a Hail Mary here. Third and 10. Curl to Ingram. Single covered by a 0. Incomplete. So here we are at the half, 7-0. Giants on top of the Rams. Again, 2 missed field goals have hurt the Rams' chances. Let's take a look at the regular season these two teams met. And I believe the Rams won a close one. Let's open that up. Over the Giants. The Giants made the playoffs as a wild card. The Cowboys won the division, so that's why the Rams are hosting today, despite the Rams only having 11 wins while the Giants have 12. And in the regular season, let's see. Giants played the Rams. Where is it? Here it is. It was a 9-6 win for the Rams. So that day, Mike Lansford was money, nailing 3 field goals. Although he must have missed one too. No, he was 3 for 3. Now he's 0 for 2. Barr was the one that missed a field goal in that one, which could have given, or at least pushed the game to overtime. Oops, looks like we already started. First down pass, incomplete. They get right into it. Giants get the ball first. So 2 good coaches, 2 good defensive teams, 2 offenses that need a little help with field position. So we'll see what happens here in the second half. Crossing pattern to Baker, being double covered. Zeb hoping for that 11 split again, but instead it's a receiver reading incomplete. Baker's got a lot of yardage on his card. Guess wrong. You're in for a long day. Third and 10. Giants leading by a touchdown. They got that nice 6'7" fullback, which you can get you some dump offs if the pass rush doesn't get there. You'll see Kevin Green come quite a bit, 5'12", 12 star, and there he is coming again, crossing boundary to Lionel Baker, single cover by 0, 4-man in zone. And it's picked off. They don't have very many chances. 2, 3, and 12 for the Rams, but they came through when they needed it on their D card. They had that long gain on 4, so the Rams are susceptible to the passing game if you can catch them with 3 men in zone. That's why Zeb does a lot. Well, he does a lot of blitzing anyway. Let's face it, that's one of his trademark strengths is bringing those linebackers up. So you can catch them flat. You can get, if you just start throwing at empty flats, you're bound to hit a good number at some point. But that was a nice bit of double teaming and pressure and a good roll. Nose tackle 0 or +5 again. Liberal use of the draw play without Scott calling run. It's working for him though. He's relying on his numbers. Nose tackle Eric Howard's a 6. Doesn't have much pass rush on the line, but of course he's got Lawrence Taylor. He's a 6'12", 8. Pepper Johnson's a 6'7", and Sakrola to Henry Eller. And it's a dump off for 23 yards. That's going into the, not quite into the end zone. As Cleveland Gary has a 22-yard max run or reception by rule. So that is, he is stopped before he reaches the end zone. Pretty good play, though. He needed exactly 23 to get in the end zone. He got 22. So it'll be 1st and goal. Rams looking to pound it in, but if any defense can stop it, it's definitely the Giants. And Zeb says, haven't I been here before? So look at that first missed field goal. Let's make sure we have the other highlights on. Yep. Look at the box score. Whoops. There we go. Quarterback sneak to Everett, guessed right. It's a touchdown. Reports box score. So that first missed field goal was a 25-yard field goal, which means that he would have been at the 8-yard line. So he must have been like real close inside the 5 and then got pushed back with a couple of negative runs or stuffs on the D card. Extra points good, and we have a tie game. Again, the winner of this match plays Kurt and his Washington. No, sorry, not his Washington Redskins. It should be his Washington Redskins, but he coaches the Buffalo Bills in the AFC. And some other coach, Steve Tamburino, has the Redskins, who's Kurt's favorite team. So Kurt's had the coach of the Bears in the NFC and the Bills in the AFC. So 7-7, Giants and Rams. Let's see how Scott responds to that. Zeb turned that interception into points right away. Inside run to Rodney Hampton. There's a man there. Guessed wrong, though. 5-yard pickup on Hampton's corner. We haven't really seen Phil Simms air it out too much deep. He does have a long gain on 8 and low interception chances, so nothing wrong with taking a shot, especially with the Rams pass defense. Let's look at that card. Pretty good with nobody in the zone. Curl to Mark Ingram, 3-man in zone. Single covered. Zeb's been concentrating on taking Stephen Baker, the touchdown maker, out of the game plan. A lot of double teams on him. Dump off there for 5 yards to Hampton. That's a first down. Chains move. Giants out to the 40. They go 3 wide. You'll see a lot of coaches do this and try to pound the flats. Sim's strength is for completions is that flat pass guard. Although, again, it's not bad short or long. And low interception chances. That was the homework of this Giants team, not turning the ball over. Sideline right to Stephen Baker, and look at Zeb right on top of him. Another double team. But Sims completes it, threads it in there. He's like, you're not taking my main weapon away completely. Even has a long gain on 2. Guess wrong, long gain on 4. On a receiver reading on a flat pass. Rodney Hampton in the game. Off tackle left to Hampton, so he's running out of this formation. Jumbo Elliott trying to line up behind him. Offensive onside tackle, and he makes the block. Jumbo. His 6 reduced to a 5, but that's all he needed. That's an 8-yard pickup, and we're into Rams territory. 10:07 to go in the third quarter. Ingram's not bad either, right? He's got a lot of yardage and a lot of completion. Not quite as good as Baker, but surprised seeing a deep shot to him with all the double teaming happening on the other side. Off tackle left to Carson. There is one man there, guessed wrong, picks up 4. So you're seeing some fullback belly runs here. The Giants mix it up. Zeb will key occasionally, but I don't think Hampton's the kind of card you're going to be worried about too much. It's better end run than any other column. Second and 6. Curl to Ingram. Now Ingram's being double covered, and there comes the pass rush. Kevin Green, maybe. What was the chance there? Yes, it was Kevin Green. 15 against a 7. Carthon's still great, but the high linebacker goes up against that fullback. Takes him down. That'll bring up 3rd and 10. So that's why you're seeing maybe a little bit more conservative game plan from the Giants that are worried about that pass rush. Although they got 7, so that was Jimbo Elliott's a 5. William Roberts is a 4. Bart Oates is a 4. Eric Moore is a 4. Doug Reisenberg is a 3. And Carthon's at 7 back there. Square to Stephen Baker. Single covered, one man there. And it's on Sims' card for 7 yards. That'll be an interesting. We're in no man's land here. It's 4th and 3. He's going to go for it. The playoffs are no time for the faint of heart. Looking for a bold call here. Again, we've seen Hampton's card. Guessed right, he can get you 3. Off tackle is a good calling for him for that. It's a pitch out right. Pitch out left to Hampton. And it's a run call. And it's stuffed as the Rams make the right call. Even guessed wrong, it's no gain. Of course, it was guessed wrong. At least we'd have had a lot more chances to get that. And the Rams take over. Tie game, good field position on their own 39. The tide is starting to shift. Will it be the Rams against the Bills? Or the Giants against the Bills like in real life? Slant to Pete Holohan. Guessed right, 3 minutes zone covered by 5. And it's picked off. So the Rams were just getting ready to crank up their drive to perhaps take the lead. And the Giants defense says no. But wait, there's a call against the Giants, pass interference. So that's how he got the interception. Greg Jackson pushed off against Pete Holohan, and the refs called it. So the Rams' drive to take the lead is still on track. They are now into Giants territory thanks to the refs. That would have been a turnover, but instead it's a 17-yard pass interference call. Crossing pattern to Flipper Anderson. 16 yards, and they are now in field goal range. Let's take a look at Carney Lansford's card. Is it really that bad, or is that just really unlucky? So it looks like at that range, it's 2 through 9 and 12. So he rolled a 10 or 11. The farther range is only 2 through 8. So he really needs to try to punch this in. Look for some more draw plays here. Cleveland Gary in the backfield. Giants will be looking to force a longer field goal to reduce his chances. Flare right to Robert Del Pino. Guessed right for 9 yards. Del Pino's got a nice receiving card. He's averaged 11 for 23 so far, 162. Is my eyes deceiving me, or has Chuck Long checked into the game? What's going on here? Is that his designated quarterback sneaker? No. Graphics are just off a little bit. Jim Everett's still in there. Cleveland Gary and Buford McGee. It must have been the formation. Maybe that formation he had Chuck Long in there and he had to replace him. Henry Allard, Flipper Anderson, Pete Holihan, Cleveland Gary, and Buford McGee. You Rams fans of the past. Jackie Slater on the line. Duval Loves a 4-4. Doug Smith's a 5-5. Tom Newberry a 5-4. And Irv Pankey a 5-7. 2nd and 1. Slant to Pete Holihan. Guessed right, but it's a receiver rating plus 10. That'll be 1st down and 10 at the 11. Same formation, offensively and defensively. Giants not showing blitz. Haven't really seen Lawrence Taylor unleashed so far today. No sacks on Jim Everett. The question is, will he be coming on this play? This would be a great time for a sack. Curl to Henry Eller. No, he stays home, but it's picked off. Oh my stars and garters! No flag on the play either, and the Giants sit on it in the end zone. So they turn away the Rams, and they'll get the ball 1st and 10 at their own 20. Still 7-7 as each side's defense makes the key play exactly when they need it. 12 to 25 for 172 and 1 pick for Everett. $6:15 to go in the 3rd quarter. Slant to Mark Bavaro. Yes, right, 3-man zone, covered by a 0. Again, the flats are wide open. Incomplete, 4 on Phil Simms' card. So Seb not showing blitz, but bringing the house quite a bit. 2nd and 10. We still haven't seen Phil Simms crank it up deep, or Everett for that matter, too much. Big plays and turnovers make the difference in these contests. 2nd and 10, slant to Bavaro again. Single covered, 3-man zone. And it's a completion for 12 yards, but there's a flag on the play. Holding against the Rams for 5 yards, that'll be declined. So the Giants will have a 1st and 10 at their own 32. Scott is surely hoping to land on that 4 on the defensive cards with 3-men in zone. Zeb's hoping for a D chance and see if his pass rush can go up against some of these weaker defensive linemen. I'm sorry, the weaker offensive linemen against the pass rush. But his defensive linemen aren't that great. It's the linebackers that generate it, and they face it. They've got a screen left. Now we're going up against that empty zone. And here comes a sack. Got to be Kevin Green. Nope, it was Mike Wilcher. 6 against the 4. Only a 13% chance of a sack, but the random roll was 12. My, oh my. 2 additional linebackers there boosted his rating. On a flat pass side, says Scott. Yes, on a flat pass. That's the way it goes. 13% chance. Sometimes you roll under 13 on a D100. That's what happens. It was a missed opportunity, though, on the defensive card. That could have been a big play. Second and 18. You don't have to get this all back in one play. A little bit at a time. Try that flat pass again. Sure, Kevin Green's going to be coming on this play. Quick slant to Bavaro. Nobody's there. All the linebackers are coming. Another sack. Boom goes the dynamite. This time it was a 40% chance. Kevin Green against William Roberts. So back-to-back sacks on flat passes brings up 3rd and 22. And it's sure looking like the Giants will have to punt here. That was Kevin Green's 14 against William Roberts' 4. High linebacker was up against the left guard in a 3 lineman set. Square out left to Mark Ingram, single covered. Zeb pulls 2 guys back. And he's a really good roll here. Doesn't get it, but there's a flag on the play. It's holding against the Giants. That'll be declined, and they'll have to punt. Oh, he accepts the penalty. Oh, pushing your luck there, Zeb. You would have already had the ball back in good field position, but Zeb wants more. Wouldn't this be something if Scott cranks it up and hits a long gain? Even if he throws just a short pass, he can get that long gain on 4. Let's see how aggressive Zeb is. Maybe he wants the sack and the safety. 3rd and 32. You won't see that in the NFL. A coach accepting a penalty on that would have resulted in a punt. The fly to Ingram, looking to hit that long gain on 8 on his card. Instead, it's incomplete. So the gamble pays off for Zeb. 4th and 32. It's got a punt. Do you think? Yeah, I do think. 4:24 to go in the 3rd quarter. Here's the punt by Sean Landetta. It's not so good. 39-yarder. Zeb will get the ball. A chance to return it at the 49. And he calls for a fair catch. It was a nice high punt, I guess. And that's where the Rams will take over. Again, 7-7. They trailed 7-0 at the first half. They got a game-tying touchdown in the 3rd quarter. I think the 2nd drive. Let's look at that ball possession chart. So the Rams got it. Yeah, after the Giants went 3 and out or punted, incomplete pass there on 1st down. On their first possession of the 2nd half, the Rams drove down and tied it. And then back and forth, it's been a stop on 4th down on a guest right run by the Rams to stop the Giants in near field goal range. And the Rams drove down, was right at the cusp of taking the lead when they threw an interception in the end zone. Second and 10. Hot tackle draw. And that's a 16-yard gain as Scott had brought both linebackers up to stuff the zones, but he's not calling run. He's only calling pass. Zeb, knowing that, has been very, very liberal with the draw calls today. And he hasn't been caught once. Scott's maybe worried about that bomb on 7. And it turns into a long gain on 9, too, if there's a run call. Flare right to Buford McGee. Incomplete. Up against the 5 linebacker. Hits a receiver spot. It's a blank on his card. So that'll be 2nd and 10. We know how shaky Lansford's been today. 2:57 to go in the third quarter. Off tackle draw again. 5-yard pickup. A run call would have been a 4-yard loss. That would have been 2 men in zone. You got to call run sometimes, folks. Although Zeb's great at getting you to call run and then burning you with deep passes. 3rd and 5. Kind of, sort of in field goal range. 50-50 at this spot for the Rams. But maybe Lansford's due after missing 2 earlier ones. 3rd and 5. He'll certainly give it a shot if he misses here. 4-minute zone crossing pattern to Aaron Cox, incomplete. So out comes Lansford. Tried to redeem himself. Let's look at the defensive card. What would that have been on a long pass on the 12? No, yeah, it was 12. Now he's going to go for it here. Zeb says, go big or go home. His field goal chance from here was 2 through 5 and 12. So yeah, it's not even 50%. It's like 39% or something crazy like that. So he's going to go for it. So looking for some mojo here. Curl to Henry Edler. Guessed right. 4-minute zone incomplete. So that would have been, of course, this is, who knows if this is true, but if that would have been a 12 on the field goal chance from this range, that would have been good. Assuming there wasn't a negative that took him back to this range. But again, 2 through 5 and 12. It's tough. It's tough to do it. If you're gonna go for it on 4th, you might as well run it on 3rd. Get a little closer, break contain. Off tackle left to Carthen. Offensive onside in, +7 or +2, and it's only 2-yard pickup. Points at a premium here in the NFC Championship. The 1990 SSRFL. SSRFL? I can't remember. Wait, no, SSRFL. That's it. It's a retro league using stock teams. Curl to marking remain double covered. Everybody's coming on the linebackers. Incomplete, but a penalty of flags on the field play and holding against the Giants. So they'll surely get pushed back here. Some of Zeb's best plays in the second half here have been penalties. Certainly puts the Giants in a bind. If the Rams had a better field goal kicker, we'd be looking at like a 16-7 game right now. Second and 18. Coming up on the end of the third quarter. Slant to Pavaro, guessed right. 4-minute zone. Dump off, incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 18. He did not bring Kevin Green that time. That would have been a chance for him to be the pass rush test. Would have been up against William Roberts. Likely would have been a sack. Third and 18. Big plays, turnovers. We've seen some turnovers today. We haven't seen very many big plays. Sims got that long gain on 8, +28 on 10, and low pick chances. Will we see him fired up? Hitch to Ingram. There's a man there. Guessed right, 1-minute zone. He needs a white die 6 on the D card to have a chance at this. And instead, it's a 6-yard pickup and another punt. Let's count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be the 5th punt today for the Giants. Sean Landeta strikes it a little bit better this time. Now to the 25. And here's the return. 7 yards in return, and the Rams will take over on their own 32 as we begin the fourth quarter. Two juggernauts battling it out. Del Pino checks in a blocking back halfback set. Cleveland Gary in the backfield. Now we talked about Sims not airing it out. Everett's got that long gain on 7. He hasn't aired it out either. When is Zeb's going to unleash him? It's a curl to Henry Eller. Zeb, Scott finally calls run, and he gets nailed for a 14-yard pass. So don't say he never calls run. He just hasn't for a long time. Let's see if that puts him back on a long string of pass calls. Look at that guess wrong passing card. 14:26 to go. Rams have it near midfield. If they had gone deep in that one. See, now we get another draw call. Scott's like, okay, I'm going to go back to calling pass and stuffing. And Zeb says, okay, I'll go back. Now he called this once a half run call. I'm going to go back to just running the ball, running draws all day. Gary, 8 runs for 30 yards. Gaston Green checks in the game. He's got a kind of a fun card. A little bit higher fumble chances than you'd like. It's a curl to Henry Eller. Guessed right, but a 7 on Everett's cards plus 14 as he's starting to crank it up. 200 yards on the day so far for Everett and that 1 interception. Henry Eller's got 4 for 54. Flipper Anderson's got 2 for 26. 3 for 58 for Houlihan. Off tackle draw right to Cleveland Gary, and it's going to be a 16-yarder as Scott had that linebacker there, and Zeb just moved him out of the way with a draw call. Defensive coordinator's got to be going crazy over there on the sideline. We're in the decent field goal range now for is it Mike Lansford? Who's his kicker? The home fans going crazy. Yeah, Mike Lansford. 2-yard pickup gets off tackle wrong to Cleveland Gary. We're at the 15. Gaston Green comes back in for that short gain on 7 on an end run. Or maybe to get Scott to call a run so he can go for a short pass. Try to hit that at 14 on Everett's card. No, there's a pitch out left. Gaston Green only picks up 3 as the offensive onside in can't make the block. Even if he had run the other way, the tight end Pete Houlihan wouldn't have been able to help him either. So 3rd and 5. Definitely in field goal range here. Everett's good with flat passes. He's got that middle of the card. 5, 6, 7s are 5 plus. He goes 3 wide, and the Giants respond with a 3-4. Looking to cover the flats. So curl to Henry Ellis, guessed right, 4-man zone. And it's a dump off for exactly 5 yards. That'll be 1st and goal for the Rams inside the 10 at the 7 to be precise. 11:30 to go in the game. That was Eric Howard as the defensive end up against Doug C. Smith. So the regular season game ended 9-6. This one's 7-7. Deep into the game. Pete Houlihan is boosted up to a 5 blocker. It's a run. It's a Gaston Green guessed right, goes nowhere. Guessed wrong would have been a touch. Well, it would have been down to the 1. So also critical that you get your calls right here in this spot. A short pass would have been a receiver reading there. Likely touchdown because some of these guys are maxed out. Henry Eller guessed wrong. It's got max yardage. Still with a full house. Curl to Eller. Now he's going for it. And there he hits the 7. Touchdown Rams. They go up 14-7 as Jim Everett balances his books with the 1 pick and now 1 touchdown. 16 for 33, 212. And the Rams fans are going crazy in Anaheim. The watermelon hats are out in full force. There's a penalty on the extra points up and good. And let's see what it is. It's a roughing the kicker for only 5 yards. It'll be assessed on the kickoff. And really, it looks like a 15-yarder. So why not do an onside kick here? That's what I would do. You're going to give him like the possession like a, well, he's not. He's kicking it deep. Let's see if we get crashed, locked up for that. Nope, we're good. There has been a bug with this version of Strat where you have to get out and get back in again, but that was such a weird one kicking off from the 50. It's usually when you land on -8 or -9 on the modern cards. These retro cards, the kickers aren't really getting it that deep in the end zone. Curl to Mark Ingram against the run call. 3-man end zone. Defender X is going to pick up 15, but another marker's down. Offsides against Ram, that'll be declined. 1st and 10 Giants at the 35 as they open it up a little bit. Zeb likes to bring the heat. Look for him to bring Kevin Green down. Along with Mike Wilcher. He's the only one that has pass rush ability. There it is. 3-minute zone guessed right. Giants looking to hit that 4 on the D card. Instead, they hit a 7 on Sims card, and that's good for 12. 1st and 10 now near midfield. No time to waste. 3 wide for the Giants. They bring in Lionel Manuel, now known as Lin-Manuel Miranda. He's actually, it's not the Broadway playwright responsible for Hamilton. Screen left to Rodney Hampton. Nobody's there. And it picks up 8. Finally hits a good roll on the D card with nobody in the zone. There was still a 13% chance of a sack, but that time the random roll was 99. 2nd and 2. 9:20 to go. Do or die time for the Giants. They need a tying drive here. No time to waste. You haven't seen any draw calls from the Giants standpoint. With all the pressure the Rams bring, that might be a good option. Flare left to Maurice Carthon. And another good roll. See, you keep pounding those empty flats, you'll get some good results. Now, Zeb might switch it up and flood those flats at some point, but for the meantime, you're shooting at, lots of good possibilities there on the D card. Otis Anderson checks into the game. He's got a funny card. Very good, guess right. Not much better, guess wrong. But with those linemen up front, you can pound away at him. Off tackle left to Anderson. Zeb mixes it up, goes with a run call, but still picks up 4. So what I'm saying is, like, guess wrong's a 5, guess right's a 4, guess wrong's a 5. Just keep running him. Right or wrong, it's going to be about the same result. Hampton's got the more explosive card. We haven't seen him go in run very much with it, but that's where the big short gains are. 2nd and 6. But maybe he's not going in run because he knows that there's linebackers always going to be there. Off tackle left to Carthon. The man there guessed right, or guessed wrong, excuse me. See, a draw call there would have been an 8-yard gain. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Got to mix in some draw calls, Scott. 3rd and 4. Will you see a flat pass here? Will you see a run? We saw him run Rodney Hampton on a 4th and 3 earlier on an end run, and Zeb called run, which stuffed it. So maybe that'll be in the back of his mind, and he'll want to throw it here. He does throw a screen left to Hampton, single covered, nobody there. And that's 5 yards and a first down, exactly what the doctor ordered. Would have had to been a double team to stop it. Sims over 200, 21 to 36. He's also got a pick and a touchdown and a pick today. Both these quarterbacks have performed about the same. 25 yards away from a game-tying touchdown. Crossing punter to Stephen Baker being double covered, back to doubling that guy. And defender X plus 15 is incomplete. We saw Zeb liberally double covering Stephen Baker, the touchdown maker, earlier in the game. And he kind of got away from that, and now he's back to it. What will Scott do here? Flat pass? Run? I got a feeling Zeb will bring those linebackers. Scott's had some good luck hitting empty flats. Slant to Bavaro. Single covered. And it's a dump off. Incomplete. That'll be 3rd and 10. 6:32 to go in the game. Do you kick a field goal here? Because you'll need one eventually if you want to win. Or do you go for it? Let's take a look at the Giants field goal kicker. From 23 to 32, he's only 2 through 7 good. If he gets to the 22-yard line, 3 more yards, that's 2 through 10 area. Maurice Carthon's a single fullback in the backfield. He's got the 7 pass blocking. Look for Sims to throw a short pass here, although maybe it's time to crank it up. Try to get that empty zone. Roll an 8 on your own card or 10. 48% chance of a sack on that last one, but Carthon held off Kevin Green. The random roll was an 86. Slant to Bavaro, single covered, 4-minute zone. No linebackers coming. And it's a 10-yard pickup on the receiver read. Man, what a clutch catch for Bavaro. Sims knows where his bread is buttered as he goes to the big man over the middle. 1st and 10 at the 15, 5:54 to go. Takes a difficult decision out of his hands. He won't have to worry about going for it on 4th down now. At least not until the next time. Otis Anderson into the game. Remember, he's the one that's got the same kind of card, guessed right or wrong. For an off tackle, run to him, or a pass. Let's see if Zeb changes his tendencies now that we're inside the 20. Will he still bring a lot of linebacker heat and leave the flats open? He does. Screen left Anderson. And it's a sack. You know, when you're throwing flat to your target against an asterisk pass rusher, you always have a chance of what happened there, which is an auto sack. It would have been up against, it would have been a good chance, a 40% chance for a sack anyway, because Otis Anderson's a 0 pass blocker. Scott, you don't understand the rule. You can't throw to your back without a fullback in there to pick up the blitz. So that was like an auto sack. That's like a 100% chance of a sack when that test comes up. 2nd and 18. I wouldn't say it's amazing. I'd say you should have thrown to a different target if you're going with a single back. Carthon. That's the guy you want back in there. Maybe go blocking back, halfback in that formation and throw it to Hampton. You would have been better off because then you had a 7 up against the asterisk. Quick slant to Bavaro being double covered. That's going to be incomplete. And it is. It'll be 3rd and 18. $5:17 to go. This is, I don't know. I think you want to take the 3 points here and let your defense do its work. You do want to get a little closer, though, because we talked about earlier the field goal chances for the Giants get extremely better from inside the 23. Go from like a 50-50 chance to like an 86 or 91% chance. Carthon's in the backfield. They have a long pass possibility here. Maybe Zeb will be worried about that and pull 2 guys back. Then you can throw short and try to get the 4-man zone. Slant to Bavaro. He goes back to the big man. Needs a good roll here. Defender extra plus 15. He gets 15. It'll be 4th and 3 inside the 10. What do you do here? I think you go for it now. So back to the well, back to Bavaro. The problem here is you're not going to have any empty flats to pass at. You won't be able to throw a flat pass. You got to throw short. And that means you need, it's a lot less chance for a completion. Or you run it behind that 6 and 5 and go full house and see if you can get him to call run. He's going for a interesting call, interesting formation. You're not going to run it there with Carthon in the backfield, are you? He can run it, but in a single back formation, guessed right, you're not going to make it on a line buck. So you have to hope that you don't get a white die 1 because that'll kill your drive unless you roll a 5, a 9, or a 12. And the D card, it's going to have 2 guys in the zone or at least 1. So if you have a line buck there with 1 man in zone, not a great chance unless you get like an 8, 10, maybe the 11. So I don't think you're going to see him run it. Zeb says, for what it's worth, I approve him going for it. I don't think Zeb would approve of the formation, at least if he was on offense. You want to leave that chance open for a run. Instead, he's going to trust in Phil Simms, maybe another pass to Bavaro. I think you're going to see Zeb double a lot of guys. He says, thanks, short pass to Carthon. He does call run. Oh my goodness. It's a short pass to Carthon against a run call. Carthon's covered by a 4. 4 men in zone. Incomplete on Sims's card as it hits an 11. Oh my. 4:24 to go. Let's look at the Giants. So on an 11, would any of these guys made it? Guessed right. Off tackle to Otis Anderson. Of course, he didn't have Anderson in there. What was Carthon on an 11? Guessed right. Nope, he wouldn't have made it either way. So the Giants are pinned. Zeb's telling Scott how good of a call he made, when really what he wants to do is drive this down and get some points and end this game, or just get some first downs is really all you need. I do agree you should have gone for it, but I think you should have left your possibility open for a run with a different formation. Although you got what you wanted, you got a run call against a 4-man in zone. You had plenty of chances on Phil Sims's card. 6, 11, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 out of 36 plus the receiver readings. So you had your shot. So will we ever see Lawrence Taylor blitz? Nope, he stays home. Inside run to Cleveland Gary, picks up 2. Guessed wrong. That'll be 2nd and 8. The clock winds. We're under 4 minutes now. Will the Giants actually call run? Although Scott's rightly worried about a long bomb here. That's kind of a Zebish call. Go to Flipper Anderson. Try to get a receiver rating. Pitch out left to Gary. No, still no run calls. No plugs. Picks up 5. That'll be 3rd and 2. Or 3rd and 3, excuse me. 3:12 to go. Pro set for the offense. Maybe you'll see a run call now and Zeb will mix it up and throw flat. 3:12 to go in the game. Giants desperately need to stop. Rams content to run it, guessed wrong. I don't think you'll see a draw call here. Del Pino on a flat. Remember he had a key catch earlier. It's a sweep left. Still no run call. Still nobody in the zone. And a 5-yard pickup. That's first down. You call run there, and you stuff them. Why is it so hard to get him to call run? Hey, I struggle with it myself when I'm coaching. But that if there's any time to call run, that would have been it. Del Pino gets his first carry of the game, picks up 5, and is now 1st and 10 Rams. 2:38 to go. It's a quarterback sneak to Everett. Finally a run call and a stuff. 2nd and 10. What? I had totally forgotten that Kurt Warner played for the Rams. Was my eyes deceiving me? Or is that a different Kurt Warner? What in the heck? I need to check that out. Do that after the game. Kurt Warner, the old Seahawk, was on the Rams? That doesn't seem right. Wait a minute. Didn't I have Kurt Warner this year? Oh, this is a Derek Fenner was the main man then. Flare right to Buford McGee. Now we get a white die 6 for 9 yards. Oh, Scott's kicking himself. That would have been a 3-yard loss if it would have just been a 4 or 5, or if he had moved over a 6. Complete if he had moved 2 guys over. But yeah, he signed with the Rams. Played 7 games, started twice, 49 rushes for 139 yards, only 2.8 yards per carry. So you're not going to see Kurt Warner in here. Man, that's funny. I forgot about that. Square out right to Ellard. That's the first down. Now it's time to start using your timeouts. No 2-men in zone. Finally did mix in some run calls. But Zeb's one more first down away from advancing to the Super Bowl. In command. Scott needs a turnover. Zeb being very deliberate. So it looks like it'll be the Bills and the Rams in the Super Bowl, unless there's a turnover here. Even if he's able to stop him on these next 3 plays, that would take the clock down to a minute left. He takes a knee. That's interesting. I'm not even trying. So timeout at 37. So it'll be 52 seconds and a punt. Zeb figuring he can take care of it from there. Takes another knee. Worrying about a Giants fumble or an interception on one of those flat passes. So one more knee here, and it'll be 52 seconds and a punt. Let's see if the Giants have anything exciting on their field goal return teams. They do. Touchdown on 2 for Dave Meggett. Plus 16, plus 14. Takes a knee down to 52. And time to bring in the punt team. So will we see some Dave Meggett magic? Zeb figuring he can stop the handful of plays that the Giants will have left offensively. He has a block. He doesn't get the block, but he only kicks at 27 yards. A little nervous there for Keith English, and a 13-yard return. So the Giants will get the ball on the Rams' 46-yard line with 45 seconds to go. So I think it was too early to take a knee there, but he was, of course, hoping for a little bit better punt. So what kind of defense will Zeb call now? Will he be aggressive with the blitz? Scott, he'll have to air it out at some point. Long gain on 8. All of the receivers in the game can go the distance. Oh, except for Lionel Manuel. He has a 19-yard max. Flare right, but I think we play with the rule. Nobody's there. Flare right. To Carthon. Picks up 7 on Sims's card. Does not get out of bounds. Can't stop the clock. I'll have to spike it. That'll take it down to 30 seconds left. If he runs hurry up, that'll be only 22 seconds left. You don't need the down, you need the time. But he doesn't spike it. Should have spiked it. That would have been one more tick for you. 2nd and 3. Zeb will pull 2 guys back now, I think. Bomb to Stephen Baker. There's only one man there. Covered by a 4. An 8 on the quarterback's card would be good. There's a penalty. Is it a pass interference call? No, it's holding against the Giants. 10 yards. Look at how close he was to a long gain on a receiver reading. With only one man there, you're leaving yourself open, Zeb. But of course, he pulls 2 guys back, and you get a short pass on. You get a long gain on 4. 15 seconds left. 2nd and 13. Look for Mike Wilcher to sneak over and double team Baker. Kevin Green to go in for the sack, so maybe a long pass to Ingram. Let's look at our rules here. I think we play with a rule that says do not limit wide receiver longest, so Manuel can go the whole distance. Yep, you should have won the division, Scott. You would be hosting right now. You do have a better record. The 2 losses to the Cowboys are what hurt the Giants in their quest for the division crown. 15 seconds left. One last gasp. Zeb asked me about home field advantage. You're the wild card. You can play on the road. Curl to Mark Ingram, trying to hit that long gain on 4 on the defensive cards. But there's no long gain on 4 on the defensive cards because he went 3-2-6. 4 men in the short card and 2 men deep. You have to spike it here. 1 second left. One last chance for the Giants. So who's going to be single cover here? That's really the question. Maybe go bomb to Bavaro. because these two outside linebackers are probably going to double team. Baker will definitely be double teamed. Ingram will probably be the other guy double teamed, but don't take any chances. Just throw it to Bavaro. Oh, he goes 3-3-5. Okay, so he'll pull Lionel Manuel back, so you might as well go deep to Manuel now. Although he could get double teamed by Green. Tough decisions here. Maybe that's why he went 3-3-5, so he could double team to Bavaro. To curl to Ingram. Single cover. 3-man zone. 11 yards out of bounds, no penalty, and that'll end it. As the New York Giants fall to the Los Angeles Rams, the Rams advance to the Super Bowl and will face the Buffalo Bills. Game will be played on a neutral site. I don't remember where the Super Bowl was played that year, but it was a good game. Both coaches are to be commended. Those sacks on the flat pass hurt. No, not bringing Lawrence Taylor, your best pass rusher, you got to bring him sometimes. Put the pressure on the Rams. Take a look at the box score. So Everett was kept clean, no sacks. 6 sacks on Sims. Rodney Hampton, Maurice Carthon only ran the ball, and Otis Anderson only ran the ball 14 times. 46 throws to Sims. A lot of flat passes. No big plays. And there you go. The Giants take a 7-0 lead in the half. The Rams respond with 14 points in the second half to win the game, 14-7. So congratulations to Zeb and his Rams, and they'll play the Buffalo Bills and Kirk Line. So good luck to you, both you coaches. I'll get the files out. Scott's a little frustrated. I don't blame him. So hopefully you can watch the broadcast and look at my coaching tips. Not that I know everything, but a couple of things I noticed there. All right, guys, that's enough. We're off to Buffalo. See ya.